Yeah, and so without thinking it all the way through, you kind of, you make some moves, and but knowing her, I just know she don't regret it. But I just know it's so many different ways to have approached the same thing and got better results.
Okay.
Quicker.
Okay. Right.
Good stuff. Hey, Uncle Rodney, this is Mar. So with your busy schedule, how do you schedule family time, and what does that look like in your household?
I mean, I'm at home probably more than the guy with a regular job.
Okay.
I'm at home now. And so, but when I'm gone, I'm gone. And this is the hardest part, is that my family and my kids need other things. Like there was an instance, being a quote unquote celebrity, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't thinking about certain things, and like my daughter's Sweet 16 party was coming, and I paid the bills and got everything ready, and they were my family was kind of murmuring around the house, and I was like, what's going on? I can always tell when something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife was like, well, Rochelle don't know she wants you to come to the party. I'm like, what? I'm like, does she know I'm paying for it? I am paying for it. But she didn't want Rodney Perry to upstage her moment.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
And so I had to learn to stand down and not be Rodney Perry, actor, comedian, and just be dad.
Mm-hmm.
No pictures, little boy. You want, but here's some Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying?
But is that hard for you to switch from Rodney Perry to dad to husband?
I'm kind of all those guys all the time.
Okay.
I mean, I'm the silly parent. My wife is really the disciplinarian around here.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm like, come get these dishes.
Right.
I'm like, y'all need to get up in here and clean this room. I'm that dude.
Yeah. Do you say all of that?
I meet little boys.
Oh yes, you have to meet them.
So even though you're telling them to do chores and stuff around the house, is it in the comedian voice? Like, okay, on IG, you roast a lot of people, right? Do you roast your kids at all?
You got to.
No, my kids is funny, though.
My
kids is funny.
So do they roast you?
They be trying. This is the crazy part. I'm a professional comedian. They call my jokes dad jokes. I'm like, hey, first of all, you ain't no damn dad. These are quality jokes. I get paid.
I get paid for these jokes.
This is how you get the stuff that you have. Mm-hmm. But just going back to the, you said something in the beginning about skill sets. So if those certain skill sets dwindle off or just no longer exist, do you train that person up, or what do you do for that person?
You talking about other comedians?
With the franchise player. We were talking about the franchise player. Just bringing it back. So you said that a person has to have certain skill sets. So if those certain skill sets dwindle down or just no longer exist, what happens? Like, do you train them, or do you just kick them to the curb?
I mean, you don't want to kick people to the curb, but there may come a time, like look at it professionally, like in a business.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people need to move on for their best interest and for yours.
Right.
So that can happen personally. That can happen in family.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just need not to be around you for a little while, and you have to be brave enough to make that call. And whenever that situation comes, so it's you're in a constant state of evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Whether it's evaluating yourself, because like we as people, we change. Like the person that's your franchise player might not change, but the needs of the team might change.
Yeah.
And so as you evaluate, you got to be willing to let go sometimes. And hopefully it's always for your greater good. When you watch like a lot of these movies, they're always talking about the greater good. And so you gotta always have your eyes as a business, as a person, as an individual on your own personal greater good. Because if you're not happy, if you're not making money, if you're not achieving your goals, then something has to change. Yeah. Now, before you remove people, you exhaust all the other means. You go, okay, I talk to them. I give my. The problem with relationships is a lot of us don't tell anybody when we're not happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
Guilty.
so when you're not happy,
guilty. Yeah.
You didn't say nothing, and you go out and cheat. Just like this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know, like if we could have had the conversation, maybe we could have got through this together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of us at the table can say a lot of us have done some changing and some letting go and some firing people. You know, because the last time we talked to you, we were the Nick and Mo show.
Yeah.
And now
Right.
we're not.
No,
You know,
everybody.
so everybody's changing and,
Right.
and moving and doing different things.
And that's okay. You know,
Yeah.
change is good. You know, the thing people hate more than anything, people hate two things in life. They hate change and they hate the word no.
Oh,
Nobody
right. Can't say no,
nobody
Rodney.
likes the word no. But
Mark-
no is so liberating, right?
Yeah.
Like a younger Rodney Perry was very wishy-washy in terms of, you know, I would always try to satisfy everybody. You know, hey, I'll try my best and this and that. Guess what? No is way better. No says, I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I release you to go find somebody else, and I release myself from seeing you again as being wishy-washy again.
I need
That's
help.
good. That's good.
Yeah, Mar needs some help in that area. She's the
can't
same
say
way.
no.
She cannot say no at all.
Rodney,
No, I'm telling you, when people, I had a family member get mad at me because I was basically lying to them because I was telling them I was going to do something that I knew I was never going to do.
Right. Just keep it real from the jump.
real.
Hey,
I was in my mind. I was like, you know, yeah, maybe you know what? I'm gonna try to. No, I'm never gonna do that. Ever.
Me and no are good friends. I don't have a problem with saying no at all.
So hard.
At all.
Rodney, I got a question for you, man. This is
Yes, sir.
kind of in that same vein, but not really. So you live a life that we have talked about on this show as it relates to the hall pass. And the hall pass is, you know what the hall pass is, right? When you're...
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking
Because it's
about.
real for you. It's
Hold on, buddy. Trying to bring me down.
You better watch it. Well, listen, man. We have talked about the hall pass, and for those of you that don't know, the hall pass is when you're married, but there's this celebrity that is just the finest or whatever. And
You don't get no hall pass. Ain't no hall pass.
See what I mean, Rodney? I can't even talk to you, bro. I'm talking to you. And
I hear you. Let me answer the question. First of all, this is the irony about being Rodney Perry or anybody in the public is that your celebrity crush could be in your face at any moment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and at the end of the day, people are men and women. So the person you think is so unattainable will probably be like on your job. So you really have to, it's women that I think are like crazy attractive, right?
Right.
But if I say to myself, or my mom tell my wife, if I ever run into so and so, I can do my thing, right? I'm gonna be like, you gonna see them next week. So what you plan on doing? The person that's in your everyday life that's unattainable is not so unattainable, and you would be surprised, dude. The most, and first of all, let me tell you something about these little actors.
You got quiet. Like you in a quiet room.
I'm trying to hear.
These actors is all nuts. Okay.
I believe
Let me
it.
tell you, anybody cry for a living is a maniac.
Hey, there's some truth to that.
Yeah, there is truth to that. Oh yeah.
You ain't got to listen to everything Rodney Perry say, but know this: anybody that can cry on cue, it will drive you completely nuts. So So you would be surprised
that explains Halle Berry.
that a lot of these chicks are, they got issues. They like any other woman, any other person.
Yeah,
they got issues, and for the ladies, all these guys look great and they be all handsome. They got issues. They still might punch you in the throat.
Oh God, yeah, right, yeah.
Tabloid.
Yeah.
Listen, I was going to ask
ahead,
you the easier question and say that the movie script of your lifetime comes across your desk. You get this opportunity and it has a scene that requires intimacy. Who is the scene with you? Who is
in the scene with me? Well, shit, whoever it is, I'm going for it. This is the reality. I know what I won't do. I know I'm not doing those scenes with no dudes. I know that.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
There it is. I didn't even have to ask.
So you gotta know you gotta make those decisions when it don't matter. So I've already made that decision. But like I had a scene in a little film I did for I can't remember the network it ended up on, but it's like on Amazon Prime now. But anyway, Valerie Pettiford, actress, I got to kiss her in the thing, and I ain't even tell my wife.
She just saw it.
She just saw it.
Did you
She's
get
like, you kissed that lady? I was like, yeah, I did kiss that lady. She's like, when did you do this?
Oh, did
I was
she
like,
that lady?
6 months ago. So it was like 6 months. By the time she figured out she couldn't even be mad no more, it was over. So, I mean, and it's not porn. You're not actually having sex.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
who is that one for you? If that script comes across,
I still answered the question, didn't
No,
He's trying to get
trying to get you in trouble, man.
Dang,
let me give you a top. Let me give you a top 5.
There we go.
Top 5. That's good.
Let me give you a top 5. Let me give you a top 5. Who I think is really dope.
Choose wisely.
I like what's her name? She just won the Oscar.
Regina King.
Regina King.
Regina King. I like Regina King. Regina King and I are actually friends, but she's like super sexy to me. I like, and she's a dope actress. I know she's gonna make me look like I know what I'm doing. Regina King. Man, who else could be on my list?
Your wife must be standing right there.
Right.
No, ain't nobody scared of her.
Look, his voice went down.
Ain't nobody scared of her.
Ain't nobody scared of her. No, my mind is bad. Let me see. Regina King, I like her. You know what? I low key think is kind of real sexy to me is Niecy Nash.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Sleeper.
Niecy Nash is,
But she'll get you in trouble. She'll tell.
who else would I put on that list? And I'm thinking people that I would like to be in like a project with, and we kind of really just explode together. Who else? I'm Halle Berry name pops in my head, but not really. Not really. She's been on every man's list for 20 years.
Yeah.
So
At least.
so
What about Nia Long?
Nia Long is dope. I like Nia Long. She was definitely on the list for a while. She might be off now.
What about Megan Good?
Megan Good, which I don't really care about this a lot, but I know she smokes cigarettes.
Oh.
And
Like, nope.
That just made her go down a couple notches.
I've been around her, and her husband is a pastor, and he's really big. So, Megan Good could definitely get it.
I love it.
I mean, I like dark girls, so I'm trying to think who's like a real.
Lupita.
I think she's pretty, but she's
too
not.
dark.
I
I need like a Venus and Serena type. I like that athletic.
Yeah, he
I like that athletic, dark goddess vibe.
Who was that?